Hi, good morning, and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 708. If you are joining me live, please say hello. I'm Kristin Omdahl, and we are in my beautiful tropical backyard, and I have lots of fun things to show you this morning. I'm so excited. My second lace blouse came, or lace tank top, I guess, came. I know I was talking to you about the black one yesterday, which I wore 3 days in a row because I love it, and the white one came yesterday, so I'm excited to wear it this morning too. Did not like the way my belly looked in this one on its own. I'll show you, can kind of see some of my bumpies in here, but like I've told you many times before, that's when you put a sheer layer over the top, right? So whether you have a lace cardi vest like I'm wearing this morning, this is the Blue Danube cardi vest. Here, I'm going to show you. Let me show you how different this looks. So this is how it looked when I got dressed this morning. I love the tank top, but you know what? I don't think that this is necessarily the most flattering look for me right like this. So watch how, and also because this has cap sleeves, another style tip that I talk about a lot is that when you're wearing a vest that is sleeveless, it's always a good idea to have something with at least a cap sleeve on it. When you pair sleeveless with sleeveless, I don't think it looks as cute as when the two sleeves are different. So whether you have a longer sleeve under a sleeveless layer or wearing sleeveless under another layer, but look at, you still get the same look. You've still got the nice lace popping out in the cap sleeves and in the v-neck, but look at this. This whole area is covered. Not covered. Covered is not what we're going for. The illusion of being covered, right? So I feel like it just gives me the illusion of not having those bumps underneath. Hopefully that makes sense. I started right in on things this morning. Sorry, I didn't say hello to everybody. But hello. Hello to everybody who's here. Sorry I didn't say names this morning. I know that's unusual for me. I just love how this lace pops out. So fun and different. And it is an amazing cardi vest. Did I even show it out flat? So it's a rectangle that just has 2 armholes in it. It works side to side, super easy. You can find the pattern on my website. I believe Judy just shared a link to the pattern where you can download it. It is a 2-ball project in Be So Fine yarn, and this is color Blue Danube. And I have some exciting yarn updates for you this morning. We have some colors back in stock that have been sold out for a while. All I can tell you is we are working so hard behind the scenes to restock colors. I know a lot of people have been waiting for lots of colors, and one of the colors that people have been waiting for the most in Be So Fine and Be So Fine and Be So Sporty yarn is back in stock. So I guess before we go into whatever else I was going to talk about this morning, maybe we should start with new yarn. So if you saw the thumbnail this morning, you saw that I have a lot of colors to show you this morning. So let's start with Be So Fine yarn, and then we'll move on to Be So Sporty. Or I guess I could show the similar colors at the same time. Anyway, Blue Danube in Be So Fine yarn is back in stock. It's been sold out for a while. That's the color I'm wearing here in this beautiful vest. Got this in stock now. This is Blue Danube in Be So Fine yarn. Very dark, rich blue. It's so beautiful. Then we have Periwinkle. So pretty. I love this color too. Isn't that gorgeous? And we have Harbor Fog, which I know a lot of people have been waiting for this color too. It's a very pale sagey green, so pretty. And Caribbean Turquoise is back in stock and Be So Fine yarn, another color that people have been really excited about coming back. Then we have Million Dollar Red back in stock. Look at that. Look at that ruby red, so beautiful. I've made so many shawls in that color. Then Autumn Sunset is back. I know a lot of people have been really excited to see this one come back. This has ginger and gold and mulberry in it, so beautiful. And are you ready? Drum roll, please. Parisian Bordeaux is back in stock, and I know this has been the largest wait list color for Be So Fine and Be So Sporty yarn, and we finally have the formula back. We've been working on the color for a while, and it is as gorgeous as ever. Beautiful color. This is Parisian Bordeaux, so we have it back in stock in Be So Fine and Be So Sporty yarn. So I know a lot of you are going to be very excited to have that news. If you were on the wait list for any of these colors, you got an email sent to you last night with the information that these are back in stock. I know a few people have already started ordering. So those are all the not new colors, restock colors in Be So Fine yarn. And then in Be So Sporty yarn, we have Periwinkle, Harbor Fog, Sea Glass, which is the pale turquoise, creamy white, and pale silver, and then, of course, Parisian Bordeaux. Thank you, Judy, for sharing all the links. If you wanted to check these out now before the show ends, Judy's been sharing links for Be So Fine yarn and Be So Sporty yarn. I know that they will probably go fast, so these have been highly, highly anticipated colors. So I'll say them all again. This is Be So Sporty yarn, restocked colors. We have Parisian Bordeaux, Sea Glass, Harbor Fog, and Periwinkle. And then in Be So Fine yarn, the restocked colors are $1 Million Red, Periwinkle, Caribbean Turquoise. I can't even pick a favorite at the moment. I just love them all so much. Blue Danube, Harbor Fog, Autumn Sunset, and Parisian Bordeaux. Okay, does anybody have any questions or want to see anything side by side? Oh, I'm also wearing earrings in Be So Fine yarn this morning too. These are the Alicia earrings. You can find those in my crochet pattern shop as well. Yeah, Autumn Sunset is a beautiful color, and it started selling right away last night as soon as I relisted it. So if you're in the mood for it, I would get it before it's gone. I put my hair in bobby pin curls overnight. Really did a lot, didn't it? Not really. So I slept in little bobby pin buns all over my head so that I could have curls this morning. You know, no heat curls. Apparently I didn't do that right. Hi Iva. Thanks everybody for joining live. If anyone has any questions for me, please let me know. Thank you, Chris. I'm very excited to share all this with you. Yeah, so much for bobby pin curls last night. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe I forgot to put product in first. Who knows? I'll try again. Wait and see if there's any questions or anyone wants to see. Be So Sporty, what color would look good with the sherbet colored yarn? Kimberly wants to know. There are some perfectly matched colors in the Be So Sporty color set. For example, mint matches perfectly, peach matches perfectly, and chantilly lace matches perfectly. If you're asking what would go with it with the new colors here, I would say that the ones that match the best are ones that are already in stock on my website. If you, we could always do a, we could do a podcast one day soon where I pull out all the colors of any given yarn again and go over what colors coordinate and stuff like that. Deborah looked for the pattern I'm wearing and can't find it. Well, if you scroll up, Judy already shared a link to the pattern that I'm wearing. It's called the Blue Danube Vest. It is a knit pattern in my knitting pattern shop. By the way, the new website is not going to have separate shops for all my products. You'll be able to find everything in one spot, and there's going to be an amazing filtering system so that if you happen to only want to look for yarn or knitting patterns or crochet patterns, you can. Or if you want to look at yarn and crochet patterns and something else together, it's going to be a very detailed filtering system where you'll be able to filter many items at once, but you'll be able to find everything in the same spot too. So as you can see, it is a large rectangle with 2 holes in it. So basically they're glorified buttonholes, right? So you do a bind off and then a cast on the following row, and that's how you get those holes. Otherwise, there is absolutely no shaping. It is just a plain rectangle. And what's great is you just put it on like this. You could obviously leave it open like this for sure. You could also, let's see if I have any of my clips out here. I don't remember if I took them in the house yesterday or if I left it out here. I must have taken it in the house. Anyway, you could use a shawl pin or a butterfly clip or any other type of clip to close it here. You could make a long chain tie and corset tie it up here. You could add buttons and close it up completely. But because it's such a loose and airy fabric, it's really easy to tie. And depending on whether you take the 2 front corners and tie them like this, or the way I tied it earlier, it gives you 2 completely different vest looks. Okay, so here's one vest where I took the 2 front corners, and notice how it actually makes it look like a regular vest. Now, if I take and just pull a little bit of yarn, let's see if I can get this even. This only works with really drapey fine yarn, by the way. So I'm just going to pull 2 pieces and then loosely tie them right here. And look we get an entirely different vest look where it's got that high-low kind of a hemline. Isn't that cool? Can you believe that? There's so many different ways that you can wear something like this. And then obviously thinking about fall and winter, because it's got so much volume, when you drape it, you can get a lot of volume as a cowl or a scarf too. Check this out. Let me get it right. Okay, so check this out for a cowl or a scarf. So look at, because you've got all that volume, it just kind of folds in on itself and gives you this beautiful drapey cowl or a scarf. And it looks, I actually like the 2 danglies hanging down, but if you wanted to, you could tie these or pin them with a butterfly clip or something else, a button, a clasp, and you've got a cowl too. So I mean, there's like, I don't know, 7 different ways you can wear this. I think there's probably more. I think we've done more demos on this in on the beach before, because I think we tried it on as a shrug and as a cold shoulder shrug too. But this is, I mean, it's so versatile. Anytime you make something that's a rectangle with a couple of holes in it, especially in fine drapey yarn, there's a video. I don't think there's a tutorial video for this pattern yet, but like I said, it is a very easy pattern. It is just a rectangle with 2 buttonholes, 2 large buttonholes that make armholes. All right, so we'll switch it up to this way now, since we wore it the other vest way at the beginning of the video. Yes, and you could absolutely add sleeves to it as well. Absolutely. You would just pick up around the armhole opening, and you could work in rows if you wanted to do this one, or the stitch pattern exactly the same, or you would work in rounds, which just means you convert the pattern from rows to rounds. And I believe on this one, it would be very easy to do because there is an even knitting row every other lace row, so that makes it easy to convert. From rows to rounds. Yes, there are several crochet vests that are like this for those of you that don't knit. I know I get a lot of questions about that sometimes. I knit, don't crochet. I crochet, don't knit. So anytime I show one craft or the other, I know I get a lot of questions. Do you have something like it in the other craft? And yes, I do. So if you go to either the knitting pattern shop or crochet pattern shop, on my website, you can filter the patterns by type of project, and if you click on vest, you can see all the different cardi vests that I've made in both knitting and crochet. There's lots of them, because I think it's a really great convertible piece to style in so many different ways. I am drinking water with fresh mint, fresh ginger, and fresh lime right now, and I gotta tell you, I feel like singing every time I take a sip. It's so good. Katrina, I have lots and lots of crochet cardi vests that are similar to this too, and you can find those in the crochet pattern shop on my website. Yep, Chantilly lace vest is like this. The Sally Cardi vest is like this. There's a couple other knitting ones and a couple other crochet ones too. Some of them are in different weights of yarn. Some of them are in the #1 fingering weight, like Be So Fine. I have some in sport weight, Be So Sporty, and I have some in worsted weight also, which is like Be So Bold, Be So Cozy, and Be So Tender yarn. Yeah, we got lots to choose from. If you just go over to my website and click on any of the pattern shops, you can click on vest from there and you'll see all sorts of options. Most of which have videos, like someone pointed out. I don't have a video for this one yet. I do have this vest pulled out of storage in a pile of things that need to be made into videos. I have a very long list of customer request videos in addition to all of the videos that I do for current projects. Speaking of which, dun, 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 I have some video premieres scheduled. I don't know if you've noticed yet, but the Larissa scarf, I have 2 of the 4 videos scheduled and ready for premiere. So what I decided to do on the video premiere series for this scarf, because it is a lot of information, I'm separating the premieres out and not doing them back to back. And I figured this almost makes it have a bit of a vibe of a crochet along, not that it's a mystery, but so there's 4 rows of motifs in this scarf, 4 rows of 30 motifs. So if you watch the first video premiere with me today, you could work the first 30 motifs for row 1 and follow along on your pattern, and then be ready for tomorrow morning when we premiere the second video, which will talk about how to join the second row of motifs. Then the following days I will premiere video part 3 and video part 4, and each one will premiere at 10 o'clock after the podcast. So I'm thinking that today will be part 1, tomorrow's Friday will be part 2, then Monday we'll do part 3, and Tuesday we'll do part 4. Hello. Baby Bjorn, did you want to say hello to the world? Would you like to say hello to the world? I'm not sure. He definitely wants to sit here, but I'm not sure he feels like saying hello. He's kind of resisting me. Am I going to dye some Be So Bold soon? I honestly have so many things on my to-do list. That's a great question, Vera. I do have some other yarns that are going to be dyed soon. Bold is not at the top of the list, I'm going to be honest with you, but everything is on the list to do. So all I can say is that we are working so hard to get things done. I do have some 2 yarns that are going, I don't want to give the surprise away. I'll be working on 2 new yarns to dye this weekend, and I'm very excited. Not new, restock. Anyway, I'm not going to say anymore. You'll find out next week. So this week was Sporty and Fine. We're always working on that behind the scenes too, but I've got 2 yarns that I haven't talked about in a while that will be getting dyed this weekend. And I've been working on a color story for it. I'm very excited. I've been working on a color story for new bags too, and a new whole inspiration story for a new set of bags, and different type of quotes too. The next bags will not have yarn quotes on them, but they will have quotes that I'm pretty sure you're gonna love. How's that for a tease? I'm so bad. I love it though. And I think you do too. It's all meant kindly. Teasing can be fun if it's meant with kindness, right? If it's not meant with kindness, then teasing isn't fun. I need a new yarn named Marlin. I don't know if he'd like that. He doesn't like to be associated with me too much. You know, I'm weird mom. Anyway, I hurt my foot yesterday. I can barely walk today. Good thing I'm only needing to sit here. I think I got a little bit of plantar fasciitis in my heel, and you know, you just can't massage your own heel, unfortunately. I've been trying and it's just not working. So did a little Google search last night and just trying to keep it elevated, iced, and taking some anti-inflammatory, and hopefully it gets better in the next couple of days. I've been doing really good on exercise this week, so I'm pretty disappointed that I hurt myself. but when I was looking it up, it said it's very common in overweight people in the 40 to 60-year-old range when they start exercising. I'm like, great. I did try a tennis ball, Katrina. It didn't give me much relief last night, but I'm definitely going to try it again today because the tennis ball works better than trying to self-massage. Ooh, a frozen soup can. That sounds interesting too. Yeah, I'm going to definitely try the tennis ball again today. And I'm not going to exercise until it is all better. Now, I have been playing tennis this week, and I only have running shoes, not tennis shoes, so I don't know if that's why, if I'm not using the right shoes. We'll see, but hopefully it's just a very, very temporary injury and I can get back to exercising, because exercise for me is for my mental health even more so than my physical health. Inserts, yep, I thought about that too. Yep, and I probably haven't done enough stretching. True. Here we go. We've got baby Bjorn coming back. Marlon's doing okay, trying to find his way. We've got a sucky baby now. Look at that sucky baby. Do you want to say hi now? Can you say hi? Man, if I could get him to talk, that would be the secret to success, wouldn't it? He's being so sweet. Oh, can I pick you up like a baby? Oh, there's the baby. Oh, Becker's gonna get jealous. Becker gets jealous when I hold Bjorn. Isn't this silly? Look at that. Oh, it's a baby. So sweet. Yeah, you can't do titty titty without my robe on. Sorry, buddy. He likes to do this on my neck in the morning, but only when I'm wearing a plush robe. Anytime he tries to do it on my bare neck, I'm like, nope. I love you, but I can't do that for you. It hurts too much. Oh, what would I do without babies to rock, right? This is also good for my mental health. Yeah, they're both a couple of big babies. You can let's see if you can see Becker. He is eyeballing me. Can you see him over there? He is eyeballing me. He's like, how can you do that to Bjorn when I'm sitting over here? He's been rolling and showing me his belly to say, hey, I'm cute too. And sometimes he'll run over and cry too. But they definitely keep me entertained. Are you gonna fall asleep? Oh my gosh. Becker's a stud. Thank you. He gets very jealous though. I don't know why. It's so cute. All right, well, thank you all so much for all of the great feedback for the plantar fasciitis stuff. I'm definitely gonna go put some ice on it and try to, I've been running around a lot this morning getting ready for the podcast. But if you have a chance and you would like to join me for the live premiere of the part 1 video for the Larissa motif scarf, I think you would really enjoy watching that. It'll be at 10 o'clock this morning. So depending on what time zone you're in, that's about 35 minutes from right now. And we're going to premiere that 4-part video series over 4 days so that you can really just absorb step by step. They are, it's a whole new technique, and if you've never done motifs where you join them as you go without cutting the yarn, it definitely comes with its own learning curve. But if you think of it as like learning a puzzle or learning just something new, and if you take your time, it really is an amazing technique that's wonderful to have in your toolbox. And once we get through this first pattern, I will continue to add patterns like this so that you can understand how many different ways you can apply this to other things too. It's going to be really awesome, but figure we need to start small, so we'll start with a simple one like this. So if you want to join me for part 1 of the Larissa crochet scarf video tutorial, that will be at 10 o'clock this morning. Then we'll be back for the podcast tomorrow at 9, and we'll do part 2 of the video series at 10 tomorrow as well. And in the meantime, I'm working on lots of other videos in the background. I'm working on the Selma cardigan. I know everyone's going to really enjoy seeing how super simple that pattern is, and I'm excited to show you the demo. We'll do a miniature size like my little mini mannequin. And then if you are interested in any of the new restock colors of Be So Fine and Be So Sporty yarn, you can find those on my website. They're already uploaded, everything's there. If you ever have any questions, always feel welcome to come back and leave them for me in the comments, or contact Judy after the show, judi@kristinomdahl.com. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed all the new yarn, the show and tell, chatting with me and everyone else. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I'll see you at the video premiere in a few minutes, and then I'll see you tomorrow for the podcast again. Bye-bye.